Hi, this is Sandy. We're going to talk about project life and pocket scrapbooking with Stampin' Up! Today. First, let's take a look at the lovely black leather album that Stampin' Up! Has available for purchase for $30. Here's how I get started. I keep a pocket page at the front of my book with all my accessories that go with that card collection. And then here are some of the pocket page choices. That style 1 that has 4 4x6 and 4 3x4 slots. And then I take, and each day or each event, as it were, I divvy up the photos and stick them in with that page. You work front to back, not side to side, as a traditional album has kind of taught you in history. We do 2-page layouts. Well, with pocket pages and Project Life, you want to work front to back on the back side of the page so you can easily move the pages around in your album. It really does make sense. Here are just some different styles of layouts that you can choose from. And now I started inserting in my pages, or my pictures into my pages. And I weeded out a lot that I realized really didn't fit or tell the story as I went through this process. Much like we do when we do digital or anything, you whittle it down and then you whittle it down one final time. So here I have inserted the pages for, in this case, each event. This was a trip that we did to Duluth, Minnesota back in 2014. And there we are. My kids are sitting on the steps to my mom's childhood home, the steps that lead to nowhere. And now I have started to insert the cards. So there you go. I started to build the cards after I build the pages with the pictures. That's my method. Added different cards, journaling cards, just some decorative cards, as it were. I don't know what the proper name is. I have to think about that. But anyway, and I started adding in the cards. So I've started completing my pages, as you can see. And they're really cute cards. This collection is no longer available. Full disclosure, it was the Everyday Adventure collection that was one of the first collections that Stampin' Up! Offered with Project Life and Becky Higgins. And it is no longer available. So, but I have a couple. I loved it so much because I love the bright colors that I have several packages of it. So I will be using that a lot. And see how that's kind of the style. I think that's style 2 right there. And here, this is where you can I used my 4x4 cards and I cut them into little 2x2 squares. I just kind of like that look. It makes like a graphic tile, almost like ceramic tile. So that's what I did with those. And here, now I've started to add in my journaling. Do not forget, I have to obviously put in the exact dates that we went. Do not forget to add dates. A lot of people do. I've added titling, where we were, the who, what, when, where, why, how. I still go by that. As silly as it is, that was drilled into my head as a kid, and I still go by that when I am scrapbooking or actually planning events too. So yeah, I started doing a little doodling on my pages, and I know I'm not in love with my handwriting, but it is important for future generations to see moms, grandmas, whoever I end up being, the handwriting. I don't do it often enough, and I do have some regrets about that, but I did my best to try and make it readable. And there we are with the steps that lead to nowhere again of my mom's childhood home. We blew up one of the really nice pictures of my 2 kids to an 8x10 and gave it to her. She just was really touched by that. But yeah, it is kind of weird that the property is still there, the steps are still there, the fence is still there, and the house is just grass now. Yep, the steps to nowhere. But again, I've already done my journaling. I have not finished my album, I will tell you that. But that is the essence of Project Life. I start with pictures, then I add in the cards, then I go back and journal. I know Becky Higgins herself sometimes starts with the cards and builds a year album and then adds in the pictures. Well, that works great for some, not quite for me. So there's the pocket page you can get from Stampin' Up. And it truly is just a little pocket, which I use for embellishments. Some people hold their tickets and stuff. Right now, it's holding my embellishments because we don't really have any ephemera from the trip. It was mostly pictures. And here's how our card collections actually come. They're great. They come in a self-storing box. They have the name of the collection on there that you can add in little stickers. There's a spot for the 3x4 cards. I have some old journaling cards that Becky Higgins and Stampin' Up! No longer carry, but I have a lot of those. I like those. The 4x6 and the 4x4 cards, there's room for your corner punch if you like to round your corners. There'd be room for scissors and glue in there. And the box and the pen. Yep, and there's me trying to work the punch with my left hand, one-handed. And I'm not a lefty, but, oh my goodness. But yeah, so that's an unopened pack. But again, like I said, I have several of this collection, and the rest are opened. I just wanted to show you how they came packaged from Stampin' Up. So really slick that everything stores. Here's how Becky Higgins Project Life comes in the store. They come with 616 in this card collection. Ours comes with 100. And they kind of fall order over. I see on Pinterest, I see on other boards, people struggling with how do you store these things? How do you store all of that? And quite frankly, are you really going to need 616 of one card collection? That's why I really like the Stampin' Up. It's 100. You need another card collection, you order another one. But quite frankly, 100 should be enough to really, work with, there's another way, I'm just rearranging, to work with, it's hard holding the camera with the right hand and trying to do all this stuff with your left hand. But, again, most likely you're going to want several card collections. Why would you want the average is it's 600. I've seen 580, I think, to 616 is what most card collections come with. That's just a crazy number, and people are like, what do I do with the rest? Anyway, thank you very much. I will post supply lists on my website and in the description here. Thank you for sticking with me.